What is a fact that is not at all enjoyable? Every environmental indicator shows that everything is going to hell. Every prognosis shows we should have done something about it a long time ago. Nobody does anything or neatly enough. It will have irreparable consequences, from small things like shorelines creeping up, goodbye beach houses, to cascade extinction events. At some point the number of resources will dwindle and we will have more refugees. People will be pressed and wars will erupt. A scalpel is not pain, but rather a rush of heat from that place where he slides the blade, as if the blade or knife were really hot, and you have the sensation that something hot is rushing out of you. Perhaps it could be the disinfectant that caused that sensation, but at least that was what I felt. The architect of the New Deal was an avowed fascist. Hugh Johnson copied Mussolini's Guild State system exactly, and implemented it in the US in 1933. In 1935, the Supreme Court ruled fascism unconstitutional, ruling that guilds could not write and pass laws because that power belongs to Congress. Johnson was fired and then is later named as one of the men involved in the business plot. There's always a chance of getting pregnant when having sex provided you're fertile, and the only way to 100 not have a child is abstinence. People on Reddit really hate this fact. It can come across as moralizing, but, it's a neutral fact. But if this is said in any context, Reddit loses its collective mind. Marketing and propaganda use the same techniques meant to subconsciously modify behavior and perception, meaning that every single day, your mind is bombarded by contradictory programming. Much of the marketing side is meant for you to behave more impulsively and not think about long-term consequences. Read elsewhere, approximately 50 of murders go unsolved. And the ones that are solvable are typically because someone the murdered did it. So if you get killed, chances are either the killer's going to go free, or you're getting killed by someone you know. Anyways, good luck out there. Blind spots are caused by your own optic nerves blocking parts of your field of vision. Your mind just fills in the gaps. There are ways to see the shadow of your optic nerves by controlling light entering the eye, but I can't find the information to share, sorry. Most men in the US do not wash their hands after using the restroom in public. 50 years of perspective on this one. Contemplated making a short film or documentary about public hygiene in the face of a communicable disease pandemic, but it's a scary subject. I heard this from somewhere, but I forgot how it was exactly said. Something about how you can literally go blind at any moment because your immune system might find out you have eyes and attack it, thus making you blind. It can literally happen at any moment. The chlorine that you can smell and that burns your eyes in a pool isn't actually the chlorine itself. The burning and smell comes from chloramines, which are created when the chlorine binds to the ammonia or similar amines in contaminants like pee or poo. There's always at least one person who's better than you, had it worse than you, is everything you are and more, is more likable, better looking, and worst of all, you probably know them. That all you are and always will be somebody's last choice. Potentially lethal disease. Your health insurance provider will try to delay your treatments and drag things out as long as possible because that way you'll die and won't ask for their money anymore. When you fart, it's your anus releasing shit particles into the air, causing friction between your butt cheeks. This is why you get the various different sounds. Your butt cheeks are clapping together very rapidly, thus creating a fart sound. What you look like matters a great deal in every conceivable aspect of your life. From friends, prospective mates, teachers, police, even doctors. Forget what they teach children. It fucking matters a lot. Ignore it at your peril. Your survival depends on your ability to get someone to pay you money for something you have or something they want you to do. Most likely, you will spend your energy in support of someone else's creativity to make them wealthier. Disease where your body is slowly turning into bone fibrodysplasia ossificans progressiva, or FOP, and eventually you become essentially frozen because of muscles and tendons being replaced by bone. There is no cure. I probably have lung cancer, but I can't afford a hospital visit. I smoked since I was in middle school, and only quit a month ago after 16 years, so it's not really a surprise. That's still not the happiest thing in the world. The fact my college has had 32 different fire alarms across what is now 28 weeks, with half of those being past midnight. Also, if we don't leave, we get kicked from campus housing. Posting this after my most recent fire alarm. Your bones can lose blood flow and just up and die. It's extremely rare, but it can happen. I had no clue it was a thing until it happened to me. It's called osteonecrosis, or vascular necrosis if you want to Google it. Nutritional deficiencies during pregnancy can cause extreme abnormalities to baby as well as the mother. Folic acid deficiency can cause anencephaly, look it up. Calcium deficiency can make mothers lose their teeth. All of your teeth, if eaten, only add up to 36 calories. Not trying to say anything, but UH might be a good low-carb diet food. A good bit of exercise getting them, and then bam, 36 calories as a snack afterwards. I need to put aside 2 to 3 hours every week to wait on hold to resolve urgent matters for myself and my children. I'm usually paying for these services that I required, and things are seldom resolved. There's currently 195 countries in the world, although that fluctuates fairly dramatically depending on empires, etc. There's only 22 countries the UK hasn't fought a war against. Brain aneurysm. You can die literally at every moment of your life. It doesn't depend on your age or your health or whatever. Even before falling on the floor, you'll be already dead. There's a breed of chicken that is specifically bred for maximum meat production. Unfortunately, they grow so that they're prone to heart failure and other health problems. There are many, probably a lot more or a lot less people in the world than we know of, because some people have never been known to be born or have never been known to be dead. If all the votes had been counted in 2000, Al Gore would have been president, and it would have been less likely that 2001 had occurred, and almost certainly no Iraq war. The worst at crime are never able to get away with it. The good at crime eventually get caught. The best at crime are currently committing it right under your noses. Mac Miller had the concept of an rap-centric album to close out the trilogy that includes Swimming Circles, but he died before he could start working on it. Time never stops, and death is inevitable. No amount of anything can stop your death. All you can do is accept the fact it's coming closer to you every day. The brain does not sit tightly in the skull, but rolls in it like jelly, and you can feel the pressure on the skull from the inside when you tilt your head. I'm expected to wash my hands after I've touched myself, when I pee, but not before. Not only is it unenjoyable, it doesn't make a lick of goddamn sense. Male dolphins like to hunt fertile female in groups and hound them because they are unwilling. The females are often injured during this. Some even die. Speaking from personal experience here, but your body can randomly decide to become allergic to damn near everything edible at any time. Not very fun. No matter what you have, you will never feel like you have it all. Looking in the past, you will always get nostalgic and block most of the bad memories. A lot of the dust in your home is skin cells and fecal material, both from yourself and other organisms living in your home, such as dust mites. On any given day, your body develops a handful of cancerous cells. Usually your immune system nukes them from orbit, but one slip up and well ... I buy a new car and pay state taxes on it. The following year I get to pay state taxes on what the state says it's worth. Repeat every year. Using a tanning bed or any tanning machine can cause severe skin cancer. It's because of the ultraviolet light used to create the tan. Your browsing history is recorded and saved on your Wi-Fi router's log page, and anyone who has access can see it even with incognito. That smell that happens when you sweat isn't coming from you. It's the farts from the bacteria on your skin eating your sweat. Decomposing human smells disturbingly sweet. It's almost like if old person smell was strong enough to make your eyes water. When you die, no matter what, a generation later, maybe a piece of jewelry or a single story will be all that's left of you. People die, and sometimes no matter what you do, they still pass away. You can only hope they knew how much you loved them. Almost every woman you know has been sexually abused in some way, and almost none report it to anyone, including police. The US let Shiro Ishii escape without any sort of punishment, in exchange for the research done in Unit 731 after WW2. Look to your left and look to your right. Now look at yourself. 2 of those 3 people are idiots. Which one are you? Everyone around you is biohazardous waste. If they were to die suddenly, you would want them put in a watertight bag. Soil fertility is declining all over the world, and it is making our fruits and vegetables less and less nutritious. There were more deaths to swords than atomic weapons in WW2. I've seen estimates ranging from 2 to 20 times more. Sometime in the future, someone will talk about you for the last time, and no one will ever speak of you again. Excess heat being pumped into the ocean from human activity can be measured in Hiroshima nukes per second. When you eat a fig, you are also eating the fully digested remains of the fig wasp that died inside it. Poison ivy loves global warming. It's causing it to growing bigger and causing worse reactions. That so many people support the lying, cheating, incurious, nasty piece of work. Donald Trump. Those little fishes that swim up your pee hole and anchor themselves in place with tiny spikes. Feces particles from the toilet getting on the toothbrush if you don't keep it stored away. The fact that the uncanny valley is programmed into our DNA. There was a reason we have this.